Buonasera a tutti. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We got some live action on your way. As I said, it's a call in. Don't worry, later on I'll put the link. But we already got some guests. We got Mr. Pasquale from Toronto, Interista, on here after a long time. How's it going, Pasquale?
Hi guys, good, good. Thank you for having me today, man. All good, thank you.
No problem. Anytime, Pasquale. Then we have, it's a pleasure to have back Mike Camarata. How's it going, Mike? Are you
Yeah,
ready
how's it going,
tonight?
guys? Yeah, I'm definitely ready. Thanks, Reno.
Yeah, you have lots to say. I know you're gonna
Yeah,
let it
I
out
do.
tonight.
Gonna
So,
ask
guys,
Mike to shut me
before
up.
oh, so we have another guest. 1 second, we got another Juventino coming in. 1 second, boys. Uh, you got James. James,
Ciao. What's happening,
what's
guys?
going
Hey,
on?
James, what's going
Not
on?
bad. How
Not
are you?
much. Not much.
Hold on a second. What the heck just happened here? Okay, I
James
did
is
some
above you
mistakes.
now.
Yeah, it's okay. But it always does that. It's no problem. Well, more people will come in, then I'll be all over the place. You'll be all over the place. So welcome, James. Tonight it's going to be a call-in show. Stay tuned. We are going to. I'm going to put the link after. Then whoever wants to join, either you're an Interista like Pasquale, a Milanista, a Lazio, everything. So for now we
Napolitan.
are three. Napolitan, if they're around, yes, I message everybody. So whoever wants to join, just let me know in the comment that I want to join. Then I'll send the link, or you can message me privately on Instagram and bada bim bada boom. James, how you doing, my friend?
Good, good. It's gone up to like minus 11 here. There's no new snow in a couple days. They cleared the streets of the 2 feet that we got a couple weeks ago, and
Wow.
life is good. Life is good.
I'll send the link after, man. Why you want to join? Let me know, Melvin. Ah, come on, stupid. Sorry, guys. My
Pasquale,
thing
you're
is
in
acting up.
Toronto,
Okay.
right?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
They don't know how to
Toronto.
Yeah, he
clear
lives in
snow as good
Montreal.
there, I hear.
No, over here, let's say we had it a little bad last week, but right now it's okay. They were saying something between Saturday. Maybe we may get something on Saturday. We'll see. But so far, so good.
Yeah, here too. Another chunk tomorrow. Another half a foot tomorrow.
Hmm.
Yeah, just a few inches
Well, I'm
here and
pretty
there.
happy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy on my end in Vancouver. It's sunny today, so which we had to deal with the rain, working in the middle of the rain. So, but
Reno, I heard the bears are out there in your neighborhood. They're already out. The black bears are coming for you.
I know summer's coming, so I seen a few bears on my yard. I know. I just have to be careful with my son, but yeah, I'm already prepared.
Careful.
So, guys, we have lots to talk about. Not only just Juventus, even Inter. I would like to see some things to Pascal with Inter, then Milan, Napoli. But tomorrow there's a big event with Inter and Napoli. Well, Napoli against Inter in home. I'm gonna start with Inter, then we can talk about Juventus after, because I know Mike has lots to say. James, me myself, Pasquale. How you feel about tomorrow's game? Like you feel a win or loss? Like
That's
what are
tough.
your
That's a tough call. It's a top game. First against second. It's not the end of the world. Whoever wins, I think at the end, if Napoli wins, only 2 points, but Atalanta is still in the game.
yeah?
Juventus, believe it or not, I know there's Juventus fans like, no, there's no way. But Mourinho taught me the math isn't an opinion, right? La matematica non è un'opinione. And if you're -6 with 33 points up for grabs, you're still in the game for me. Anything can happen. We never thought Empoli would win against Juventus in Turin. Uh,
We'll talk
Even me
about
as an
that. Yeah.
Interisti, yeah, that's so anything can happen. I feel okay with this Inter. I think we're gonna go there, and we don't want to screw up. Let's say screw up is a big word because tying Napoli, beating Atalanta, tying Juventus, even losing to Juve and Milan is. We still beat Atalanta though. Like it wasn't. that bad. But I think it's time to beat a diretta concorrente versus Napoli to show
Yeah.
some of us too. So I think Inter will win tomorrow. And I usually don't like to jinx myself or anything, but
Oh,
I
you
think
do
Inter has a good chance to
good.
winning tomorrow.
Now with the predictions, I know you're pretty good. So for me, I don't know. Maybe I tie. I don't see because what I remember through the past games, Napoli and Inter. All I remember, or either a tie or Inter winning. I don't remember Napoli beating you guys. Maybe a
Oh,
long time.
Napoli gave us a nice smacking too with Osimhen one time, 3-0. But that was with
Okay,
Spalletti. That
Spalletti.
record
Okay,
year that
I
they had,
missed
yeah.
that. Okay.
So, but yeah, they had the reason to. But usually, last year we tied. We all
Yeah.
remember Çalhanoğlu missing the penalty shot. But Inter played definitely better than Napoli last year, I think, on the field. Hopefully, I don't know. We try to win and try to keep Atalanta as back as possible, I think.
Yes. Well, the problem with Napoli because now we're gonna see Conte because they don't have Anguissa, so that's a big problem for them. So plus you guys, I think you don't have any injuries, so
Well,
we'll
except the
see.
goalie.
The goalie. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sommer.
James, what do you think about tomorrow's game? What are you looking at? A win or a tie?
I'm really hoping that Inter wins tomorrow.
Really?
No, I'm just joking. So there's two ways I look at
No.
it. Because I cannot watch Juventus play a good game and have a good win this year, I spend more time watching Inter hoping that they lose. So that's more enjoyable and entertaining than watching Juventus draw this year, to be honest. But honestly, I hope that Inter will win the championship for two reasons. And I will never say this, and I will wash my mouth out with soap afterwards. It's because that gives us a better opportunity for our ownership team to do something about what's going wrong, because they don't like Inter. And some of them still care. Some of them still have balls. It's not Elkan, etc. But there's people that care. And the other thing is that if we're going to have a coach that's going to motivate these players next year, it's probably going to be Conte. As much as I don't want reruns,
I know.
but I don't see any other viable options. Zidane is not a guy for developing players and coming into a shit show. Tudor, no. Sarri back. No, like there's
Gasperini.
No. I just don't like his.
We'll talk about it.
If I have to pick between Gasperini and Conte, I'll take Conte.
I'm surprised you're saying that.
Well,
I've been saying that for me, the next coach, and it's already like 8 to 8 months late. They should have joined before Motta. Is Roberto Mancini. He was in Saudi Arabia that time. He's a Juventus fan from for when he was small, and I think it will be a good fit for Juve, at least to try 2 years. But even though I still give Motta his 2 years to gel with the team.
I was on the whole. I don't like Motta. Let me put that out there. I didn't want him to come. But once the coach is at Juve, I support the coach at Juve. But I think he's in over his head. I think it's a different animal.
I totally agree with that. Yeah.
It's a different animal. He's probably a good coach in a few years. He needs to build his CV. I think people forgot, Juventini that wanted him in so bad, forgot he got fired from Genoa like 2 years ago. Like,
yeah, I did not know that.
He caught lightning in a. I reminded you many times, my friend, but you ignored it. But anyways, he caught lightning in a bottle at Bologna. So I think that's a part of it, right? Like coaches get lucky. It's like De Zerbi. Like I don't know. Like he's doing good where he is now, but I don't know that Brighton was all because of him. Every coach they put in Brighton, they do well. It's their management that's good. It's their sporting direction, etc. So I just don't know that he is ready to make what he had happen in Bologna happen somewhere else, where he has the personalities, the egos, and the complications that happen in match and being able to change his style to adapt to that, other than just changing players out. So
Yes, and the problem with Mata was it was system first and then player management later, which
mhm,
is it's got to be the reverse.
yeah,
You manage your players and then you ease in your system. And like me and Reno went at it, but with Chiesa, which it's I don't think he would have fit, but if you look, he made so many enemies with the players. Every player didn't fit his system, and I was like, that's why they don't fit his system. And wait, you didn't win anything just yet.
yeah, and that's on Juntuli a bit too, to not fact check or like reality check him a bit at the door, right? And say like, okay, you won at Bologna for one season. Before that, it was a spotted resume. He should have been more cautious with him and put a little bit more control over him, and like maybe we switch out 5 players in the summer instead of 9, right? And see how we go instead of buying everybody. Because when you buy everything, when you gamble more, you've got a better chance of the house winning and not you, right? So, Nico Gonzalez, Coop Miners, not so good. Chico and Taram, great. And they were probably lower cost options. Kalulu, a better choice, right? There's an option to move out a few pieces and not completely say, oh, that's an Allegri team legacy thing. And, we got to get rid of it because it's the old team, shit like that.
Chico's on loan, though.
Yeah. I know.
Well, we're gonna close the deal. That's what they were saying. Maybe by the summer, the deal is gonna be closed. Let's hope we make the Champions League.
Even
Mike,
if you don't get Chico, it's not the end of the world. I know a lot of people, it's not the end of the world. Don't worry. It's all good.
Before I continue on, Mike, what do you think about tomorrow's game? Inter Napoli. I know we got into Juventus, but I'll let you talk about
Well,
Juventus.
for some ridiculous reason, I was up watching the Como game. It was 6 o'clock Eastern. I was up, so I saw the game, and so I just saw maybe they Napoli played down to their opponent. But Reno, you said and is missing for Napoli.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Anguissa.
Anguissa.
Yeah,
I think Inter's going to win easy.
that's what I think. Because as much Conte is the master, how much miracles can he do? Because
And
De
another
Laurentiis
thing
did
to
not give
add
him the players.
Yeah,
is
let's
you have
let's 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 remember they have the best defense in Serie A too, and at home they've been like pretty solid in defense. It's hard to score
I
to
know,
matter,
but
and no, that too. Yeah. I understand the little step that makes it more advantage a little Inter. I understand, but I was thinking a tie too, because it's hard to score against
mm,
Napoli at the end. It's,
well, you
you
got
don't win
Lautaro
easily.
hasn't been that great. So Chanalogo is kind of back in the game. Di Marco, so we'll see if they're 100%. Then maybe, but with Conte, I don't know. With Napoli, uh, I think it's gonna be Inter win or maybe a tie because, yeah, as you said, the defense. But I don't know. So
oh
we have
you
some
even look at
comments. Go ahead.
I was gonna say
Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
even Lukaku, which is he's not himself. He can only play like 16 minutes at most. And a big thing that Napoli screwed up big time was either they could have kept Kavara and or at the very least got a somewhat replacement, and they didn't. So I mean I think that's the squad's just too thin, and I mean it's a game. They could you never know what happens, but still I can't
Yeah.
see them winning.
Okay, you know what? I see some guys in. I'm gonna put in the call in. I'm just gonna put the link right now. But we were talking about Juventus. I'm gonna let Mike start with Juventus. Let's talk about this Empoli in general. Mike, I'll let you start because I know me and you will go back and forth. Say what you have to say, starting from Mota, the players, Vlahovic, everything. Then
All right.
go from
Well,
James, then Pascual.
there's no excuse for losing to Empoli, and he tried to make an excuse to losing to Empoli, and if you listen to Mata's comments, it was we. He mentioned I for the first time when he lost to Empoli, and we're like towards the end of the season, and whenever you get a coach, sidetracking, the coach is supposed to make the players better. It's not about the coach and the system makes. Personally, you make them better, and he hasn't made any of the players better. I mean, I'd say the best player in Juve is McKennie, and McKennie because he works. But it's like watching Mata is like watching a zombie. I mean, it's like I don't know if Mata plays Football Manager or FIFA, and that's how he
FIFA.
approaches the game. FIFA. It's just his approach to the game. It's Allegri like in the sense that we're more attacking, but we do the final third and we just stop. And I think I was talking to someone else was with Allegri, and I said, well, consistency is important. Now, but what Mata, I can't see that. It's just that he's just not holding the team together, and we have so many problems otherwise. I mean, look at the striker position. I mean, who do we have? Who's that striker we have? Kawani,
Kolumwani.
Colomani. He's on loan. Our best striker is on loan, which I think will sign him again. And here's again, I'm getting off topic, guys. A major mistake by Juntuli was we only had one striker. So
Yeah.
I mean, me. I'd say, oh, you give Dusan a chance, but the guy was playing 90 minutes every game for probably what, um, almost 20 or 30 games, pretty much the whole half of the season. And I'll say one last thing that you were saying, Reno, is Jay
Yeah.
Medical.
J
I mean,
Medical. Yeah.
all right, you got like what was that guy from Chelsea? Like, he was Vega.
Vega. Yeah.
He,
Not even
he
a
he
week.
gets hurt,
He's injured.
you know. And but also you got to think of this too. Is I know someone said, well, it's good that Juve, and you know what I'm talking about, Reno. He's like, it's good that Juve lost
Yeah.
because now that they have more time to focus on Montes tactics. Now you know how certain coaches are. Like I know Conti, the way he trains. I think it also could be the way Mata trains.
Okay.
But I'll leave it at that.
1 second, boys. We got Melon on the chat. Are you there, Melon?
What's up, Reno?
How's it going? You're covered. You're not showing up
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
Good.
How you doing?
doing good. I'd be better if Juve didn't fucking lose to Empoli. That took a toll on my mental health. That was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, bro. Your echo is not. Your
Yeah,
audio.
I know. I can't fix it.
If you can, yeah, if you can fix it, I'll let James talk. Then I'll let Pasquale. Then I'll let you talk after about Juventus. Okay?
Yeah. So if we're talking about the Empoli Juve game, I,
Go
I, I
ahead,
came
bro.
into it about halfway through. I didn't see the first goal against us. I saw the Turam goal and I was very uplifted. My spirits were high. Like, this guy is great. We're gonna have a great game. There's no way we can't win this before it goes to penalties. And I found out new rules at the end that we go right to penalties after the extra time. So it was really disappointing, but it was also one of those games where I just didn't really care, and I had been conditioned to not care through the run of this season, and it just, yeah, that's just where I'm at right now. I just didn't care, and I feel like I could be one of those players playing for Juventus on the pitch because they play like they just don't fucking care.
Yeah.
So that's part of the problem. Like, you see Thuram, you see Gatti, you see Muani at times. It's hard for a striker to show like Grinta in a lot of, like, the position doesn't allow for it the same way.
Well,
And
Gatti still has Grinta. That's the
for
only
sure,
guy.
for sure. But like,
I don't know.
Cambiaso used to be one of my favorite players, and now he's just
I
lazy.
think after that Man City offer and maybe base what Giuntoli said too, he kind of went down. I feel bad for
Yeah,
him.
but even before that, like, Mata does not have a solution in match other than changing people out. Oh, that guy's not doing really good. I'm going to change him out. And even then, he's basing it off fan chatter, uh, in between games, he's like, "Oh, Coop Miners, I have to pull him off earlier than I did last game, or I actually have to pull him off." Like, there's no way he's making that decision himself. Like, he's deciding this after like probably 28 games. He's going to start pulling Coop Miners off the field because he's ineffective. Before that, there's no chance he's coming off the field. Not a chance. So it's just a little disappointing that he doesn't have some sort of a solution on the formation. Like, oh, these guys do this kind of formation and it's effing us up, so we're going to change our formation slightly to address that, right? So there's not a lot of creativity on his side for this new, young, special, exciting coach with a formula for new style football. Like, I don't see that creativity on the pitch in the match.
No.
I mean, if
You
you
know,
look at
James.
Bologna,
Go
yeah, I'm
ahead,
sorry,
Mike.
go ahead.
Dennis.
I mean, Bologna was kind of doing the same thing that we're doing, and they got fourth.
Mhm.
But we're not that type of team just to limp into fourth.
Mm-hmm. And they're not doing that half bad. Like, I think they're 7th or 8th right now, but they have no Xerxes, no Calafiori. Like,
And they're
Calafiori,
still doing good.
so they're still doing good. It's like I talked about Brighton with De Zerbi. They're like, "Oh, De Zerbi is this god of a coach." Maybe
Nah.
not. Maybe not.
No. There's a comment here. Like I told you, Reno, both of our clubs are in the shitter. And I agree with you. I totally agree with you, Anthony. Milan, Juventus. We'll get into Milan after. I didn't even watch the second half of our game versus Bologna because I had a haircut appointment, but I'm glad. Yeah, that's it. I think the haircut was more important than anything. We're going to let Pasquale, the outsider, then we'll let Milan talk after Pasquale. We're going to do a round and I say my piece after Milan. Pasquale, as an outsider, Interista, what do you think? I'm pretty sure you're happy about this.
No, happy is a different story. I'm happy when my team wins. The
Okay.
other ones, whatever on the other ones. But what I saw yesterday, as you know, I like to watch soccer games, Reno, and I watched every game, even Juventus included. And out of the
Yeah.
post games press conference, out of let's say 38 to 40 games the Juventus did so far this season, I watched probably 16, 17. And I never saw Thiago Motta as honest as he was at his last press conference. Like before, he looked for real like Mr. Bean. He's just there to smile, answer, and leave. Like, but over here, I saw him vergognoso. I saw him pissed.
Yes.
And what he said to the fans, he goes, "They didn't whistle us enough. For we deserve more for what they got." And some players are not consistent. They want, but they don't want to give. And I think a lot has to do there with Cambiaso and Vlahovic, one of those two players. Which I wouldn't be surprised if Rui starts on versus Verona rather than Cambiaso. How pissed I saw Thiago Motta that day. He has his faults too. Like I would start Kefren Turam steady, no matter what. I'll keep out either Locatelli or Coop Miners. But Kefren Turam is showed to be a starter. The only good guy that which they actually bought so far, because the other good players are all on loans. Vega is showing grinta, and like if he's been at Juve for the past 3 years. Conceição, he does it here and there, but he's on loan too. The best player right now that changed Juve's economics of the Serie A is Colomwani with 4 goals, 1 assist, and he's worth probably 90 million, which I don't think Juventus will buy him. Personally, I think he will cost too much money. I'm thinking Juventus is going to go somewhere lower, but for a better player that's been in Serie A, like Osimhen. Osimhen is one of them. Let's say if you want to go under, but I think Colomani is way worth too much money. Juventus is improving even more, so he's going to be worth more than what they lended to you about, because he's improving every time. I saw Thiago Motta very pissed off. Like I told you, I've never seen him like right now. June Tully comes out and defends him. First thing he does. But I think the main problem here is like we gave Juventus at the beginning of the year Otto in the calciomercato when they didn't replace Keane for 13 million to Fiorentina, which was a good sell, but you needed to replace him, knowing you have three competitions and only Vlahovic. So I think he did some mistakes there. Some mistakes he has to get even him, not only Mota, because Mota at the end of the okay, now it's bad. This Coppa Italia ruined everything. But not only that, PS Eindhoven is another one. But he's in fourth place. He's in fourth place
So
right now, and they might even pass Atalanta. Or Atalanta might pass Inter. That's what I mean. There's 11 points, and
yeah, you never know.
from you, yeah. And by the way, Milan is behind Juventus, 8 points for the fourth spot, just like Juventus is behind Inter, 8 points for the
Yeah,
first
but
spot. So I know it depends all in clutches, but thank you for your time. Sorry for taking too much time off you
no,
guys.
no. We have a guest here, Owen.
Hi
How's it
everyone.
going?
Hey,
I'm
Owen,
doing
how are
well on
you?
you. Can you
Not
hear
too
me?
bad. Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you folks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time I see you on here. Are you new to this channel or you've been here for a while?
Yeah, I've been in the background. I've been listening to
Okay.
Reno and your comments about Juventus, and I follow a bunch of other Juventus channels as well.
Oh,
And I just said
nice.
I should jump in and give him my 2 cents as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Melon talk in the middle. Then I'll say my piece. Then I'll let you talk because Melon, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, Melon, light it out. I think Pasquale James knows Melon through the comments. So, Melon, hope you're not mad. Let me know what you think about this Juventus in general. Keep it short and sweet.
Shit.
Very short, not
Yeah,
so
it was very
sweet,
Uh,
but
short.
Not much to say about Juve this year.
you okay, Melon?
Juventus has made my mental health really bad, so I wouldn't say so.
That's it. Nothing else you got to say, bro?
Inter Merda.
Oh, come on. If you got come here to do like this, no. But that's all. Only 2 words. You don't have. I see you commenting on my stuff. That's all you got to say, man. Like
Mota out,
you have
Vlahovic out,
nothing.
Kumaners out, Nico out.
That's it.
Nico,
Wow.
Nico too. Eh.
Dude, Nico
Wow.
Gonzalez wouldn't even start at like a Serie A D team.
No, it's funny because
I
he
don't
says
know,
Nico
man.
Gonzalez because at this point, Sule probably sounded a little bit better, but I think Nico Gonzalez is not what he's showing. Just like Coop Miners, hey guys. Coop Miners last year, we saw what kind of player he is, and we also saw Vlahovic how he was in the Fiorentina. So I don't know. It's hard to play in Torino when the pressure counts, guys. Say what you
Yeah,
want,
it's a
but
different story.
it's a totally different story when you play in Torino and you have that pressure that you have of being Juventus. And in fact, right now, uh, the last one who had it, let's say it was Danilo, but and Chesney, which they were the last two that left. Right now, maybe Perin. And I saw Locatelli speak after PS4 Eindhoven, which I give credit to Locatelli
No, I give him
uh,
credit too.
for that, for putting his face. And now it was Perin after Empoli, which is the captain of the real, truly captain of Juventus, I think, right now, today. Like we usually say, McKennie, Miners, Gatti. Oh, by the way,
That too
Gatti, guys,
much.
Gatti is another player with Cambiaso and Coop Miners that and Vlahovic that Thiago Motta wanted to get rid. But he can't because Cabal and Bremer is out. And Gatti's been pulling the wheelbarrow, like we say in Italy, like a retta, for 40 games
Mm,
straight. So some
mm.
props to that guy, and I think he deserves the national team.
Well, I've been
Okay, I'm
saying
gonna
that,
say my piece. Go ahead, Mike.
no, no. Again, what Mata is that I always liked McKenny, but McKenny had to work his way back into the squad. Just and I said, and he's captain now, which is good. But it goes back to Mata that you have to prove yourself to him, who is an unproven coach.
Yes.
But yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna say my piece then. After me, Owen, I'll let you say your piece about Juventus. Okay, guys, if you saw my last video, I was really pissed, like punching my hand, tell everybody off from the beginning, from the start. You know me, when it comes to Coppa Italia, I'm not a big fan of it. I always call it Coppa del Nono. But it's always good to beat Empoli, go to the semi-final, and go forward. Like we got beaten by Empoli, a Serie B Empoli, like they had their bench players. This is not acceptable. And besides the Coppa Italia, true what Pasquale just said, I said it too about Mota. He said, La vergogna è mia. I should be embarrassed. Well, finally, after 8 months, you can tell he can handle the pressure. For me, Mota should have resigned the day after. But I'm pretty sure Junta and company are looking, also, they would have fired him right away. And, we can sit here complain about the players, this and that. We don't have Juventinità. La società is out, like disappears. And there's nobody that bring this team the DNA Juventus. That's the major problem. Yes, we have the players, we spent 200 million, but something is missing still. Now, we all complained, James know me with Allegri, blah, blah, blah. But Allegri at the same time, last year, some way or another, he managed. But Allegri, even with this team, I'm not saying he wasn't able, with the environment that we have, as Anthony Lafleur was saying about his Milan too, because we're going to get to Milan after, we're both on the same page. There's no, the Sociedad doesn't care. You got guys like Scanavino, Ferrero, bunch of nutshells. They don't know what they're talking about. Elkan is worried about the Ferrari. So, like Juventus, I'm not really happy about it. So
Elkin
here's
sold
my
some.
little rant. What's that?
Elkin sold some Ferrari today. A lot of Ferrari.
It's all about business. He's not like Agnelli that
No,
likes
Ferrari out.
Juventus. Ferrari out, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. But I'm not happy about this situation until someone comes, Colepale, as a president that loves Juventus, bring this team up, or else we're not going to see winning nothing.
Let's hope Elkin does good this year with Ferrari, because if he fails even this year with Hamilton, you got the Cristiano Ronaldo of the situation right now.
Hey, well, yeah, exactly.
And
So
if you fail even this year, so it's better to pack it up. Yeah, I would think so too.
yeah, exactly. Owen, all you. Let me know your thoughts.
For me, I'm just gonna start right from the beginning.
Okay.
The beginning of the season, there was a news that came out that Morta wanted 22 players, right? And we all know how that went. I think the whole problem started from Morta himself because of his request. He wanted quality players and he wanted 22 players, right? And they sold a lot of players. They got a lot of players on loan that were considered as, per se, quality players. And bringing all those players in, we're expecting them to make a difference. And for someone that you're a coach, you should know that there will be injuries. You always need to have that at the back of your mind. And I think Mortar completely missed that, right? So that's number one problem right there. The second problem is Juntoli. I honestly feel Juntoli did a fantastic job so far, to be honest. He did a good job, but I think it could be much better. It could be much better planned than the way it was done, right? So, like, for instance, the January transfer window, it literally waited to like get into the last minute to be able to get players in. You need to be able to have a system where you have something much more planned in, so that way you bring players as you'd expect them to come, as you would expect them to perform into the team, right? So that was obviously an issue. And I also feel the way they treated the players that left wasn't in a good way, right?
Yes.
It
Danilo
was
company.
Danilo and the rest of them. That wasn't good, right? And for you to have your Capitano live like that, and you're not able to even have him to the end of the season, like, please give me a valid reason why that would take place, right? It wasn't. I feel that it should have not been handled in that way, and I also feel Motter actually has a huge part to play in that, right? So that was a problem. The other thing is the players that was in the system for us to play with, right? Vlahovic, honestly, I'm done with Vlahovic. There are a few issues with Vlahovic that a lot of people probably don't observe, but we'll probably need to keep an eye out for this. The first one is Vlahovic on one-on-one is terrible. You put Vlahovic in front of a goalkeeper, he always misses. Like, tell me a number nine that is that bad. I know Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't the best at it, but he actually did a decent job when it came to that.
Darwin Nunez.
Yeah, that's a different story entirely.
No,
But
I wouldn't
Darwin
even.
Núñez,
I wouldn't even go that far. I would say Higuain.
Higuain.
right? So some of those players they also have different qualities that they bring in that could probably be a bit like in terms of the one-on-one, they might be lacking in that, right? But honestly, Vlahovic doesn't really bring much. He doesn't bring much to the team. This guy will be there, and he plays like as if he's playing rugby. This is soccer guy. Just take it easy. You know, you don't need to be in a rush, right? And I feel Vlahovic consistently does that all the way from when he came in during Allegri's time. I've not seen any outer of improvement in him, if I'm being honest,
Oh,
right? People say, oh yeah, he's improved in this, he's improved in that. And even with the little improvements maybe we've seen, he's extremely cocky. Right, this guy just feels like I'm on top of the world. There was actually an interview that they were doing where you actually have people go in and they go play with like soccer players and stuff, and they ask Vlahovic, "What is your weak foot?" And he was like, "What is that?" And in my head, I'm like, "Buddy, take it easy. You're not that good at all, right? You're literally struggling in your football, right? You need to be level headed, and I think that's part of the problem too. Vlahovic is someone that's like I don't think he's really willing to learn, and I think the best way is to have him leave to a different team and actually see what it feels like. You're the highest paid player in Serie A. We expect so much more than what he's doing. He needs to be more humble, and I don't see any humility coming out of him. So that's the first one. The second one I have to speak into is Yildiz. Yildiz is good. I think I'm seeing some level of improvement out of him. But I feel if we have a coach like Gasparini come in, Yildiz will improve a whole lot more than he has improved so far. Right. So I'm just gonna say it out loud there. I'm a huge supporter of Gasparini. I feel like he's gonna do a fantastic job in Juventus. That what we're expecting in terms of like revenue, improving players, and all of this kind of stuff. I feel he'll be able to do that job very well for us. And he's also going to take us to a position where what we want as Juventus is to be feared whenever teams want to play with us. And that's what we have with Atlanta. Atlanta people are always scared to play with them. That's what we want first. That's the first step. And after that, we can start winning and doing all sort of crazy stuff. But we don't have that fear. For Empoli to come in and just want to boss us around in our home, that's crazy. Where did we drop? Where did this all stuff come from? Right? We've really dropped in terms of our level. Top four has always been the thing that everyone thinks about. But first off, we need to be feared as a team. We have talents. Whenever I play FIFA 25, I use Juventus, and trust me, man, we do so good in that game. How come we're not able to transfer that into reality? It's crazy, right? So you have that. Now speaking into Consensao, I love him. I feel he's definitely going to be able to do a whole lot into the team, right? He just needs that level of improvement. You need to give him time. I know a lot of people say, oh, whenever he dribbles, he doesn't look up and all that stuff. That's fine. He's a young star. I feel he's way better than Kesa. So let's not even go into the argument at all. Then we have the other players. We have the Thuram. I don't know what Mota is thinking by not playing Thuram in all these games. And he's playing Cope Miners. Cope Miners is no, it's not it. If a player isn't doing well, you'd let him sit on a bench. You let him realize that maybe these are a few things he could do better. And I think all of this really starts from Mota, right? You putting a player like that in number 10, right? In Atlanta, he played not exactly number 10, right? So why would you put a player like that? And he's not performing. If he's not performing 2-3 games, you take him out and try something else, right? And Mota didn't do that. And we kept drawing games and continued drawing games. And now, if not because of what the games they've drawn, we would have probably been fighting for Scudetto right now. Or would have probably been in the first place, right? So I'm not impressed with Cope Miners. He's not really done enough. And with the amount of money that we paid for him, I'm a bit disappointed, but it still comes down to Mota. Right?
Sorry, guys, my internet connection was off, but continue then. I'm
and
back.
Then you have,
I should be fine.
Okay. And then you have Douglas Luiz. Doggy, that's what I call him. He's just frustrating me, honestly. I love him. I love what he does. I love how he plays and stuff. But the injuries, the inconsistency, and I feel it still comes down to Mota. Everything still comes down to that one.
The Mota. So it's all Mota's fault.
I feel a lot of this is Mota's fault.
Yeah, but Owen, if you listen to what he said at the press conference, Diego Mota, that was the first thing he said before the vergogna of being embarrassed. He said, "We're missing atteggiamento." That's attitude.
That's what I said. There's no Juventinità.
It's the attitude. You play Inter Milan. The game coaches itself. You don't have to coach it. The players become like Braveheart, became like Hulk. But then if you face Venezia or it happened like PSV Eindhoven, which PSV Eindhoven is way better than Feyenoord. They're a good team, but Juventus is way better. That's when they dropped the attitude that you didn't have, that you had against Inter, and then you drop it 3 days. That's missing consistency. Thiago Motta knows it. He's pissed about it. He knows it too. And players need to wake up as well. Even Coop Miners needs to have a shake up. Kefe Thuram is doing very good job. McKenna, like you said, he covers these holes. Like Darmian, he's a good jolly. An old Danilo, let's say, that they're doing okay. It's just, but they're still in fourth space. So I say Juventus, nobody can touch Juventus at a fourth spot. Juventus fights it against Fiorentina and Lazio, which I think they're overdoing right now. But I see Juventus still better than they can do better than what can do. But I don't think there's a problem by losing fourth spot this year.
I agree. I agree. It's just it's so unfortunate, and I like what Owen said about the draws. It's so unfortunate that Mota realizes there's a problem with the attitude of the team at this point, at the absolute fucking rock bottom. It's like so bad. It's like It's like if Reno goes out tonight and he does a bunch of cocaine and drinks and gets lost.
I don't do that, but yeah.
And his wife leaves him, takes the ratio away.
No.
I was drinking too much.
Guys, sorry. Joe, welcome Gio from Juve Cornercast. Melon, are you happy to see Joe?
I love you, Gio.
Big up, Melon.
Melon, you speak up also. I'm sorry, I have to take you off because so many people on here, my internet won't hold. So, Melon, is it okay if I can take you off? Because I got other people coming too.
That's fine. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you for coming. Okay. Sorry, bro.
See you, Melon.
Big up, man.
Okay. Gio, Thank you for coming. Sorry, my internet connection, as always, doesn't work.
No problem.
But yeah, you got your buddy here, Pasquale.
I know.
You two go butt heads.
Hey,
Pasquale said a lot.
Pasquale,
I'm a big-
listen, big fan, Pasquale.
I'm a big fan of you, buddy, Gio.
There you
Big fan, buddy.
go. Hey,
Hey, by the way, congrats on going on Foodie Fans reaction, buddy. You and your friend were the only guys speaking English. Everybody else was in Italy.
Everybody was in Italy. Hey, but listen, it's a process, But listen, with this Juventus playing like this, oh man, you're gonna be probably
Go ahead, Joe.
Oh my gosh, like
Joe,
there is no
go ahead, all you. Then
Yeah, no,
we can go to the next topic.
Yeah, no, I mean, I did like what you guys are saying about what the problem with this team is. I criticized it on my channel, especially after that PSV game. There's no personality, there's no attitude, there's no heart. You're playing for Juventus. I don't see these players are not capable. They're not. I don't think that these are Juventus quality players. Honestly, we have a few. There's only a few. There's only a few that I think that have a future at this club. Like, and I blame this on the management, and I blame this, of course, on Thiago Motta. Thiago Motta this is Juventus here. This is not Bologna, guys. Oh,
Keep on going. Bye.
I'm telling you, this is not Bologna. This is Juventus here. Losing against PSV, okay, I could understand, but still, in my opinion, we're way better. We're way better than that PSV team. We should have destroyed that PSV team. And the fact that, I had a weird feeling about the Empoli game when I did the watch along on my channel. I had a weird feeling that we were going to end up screwing the game, and fair enough, we did. But and I said, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised anymore because these teams, Venezia, who else, whoever we tied, they're not scared of this Juventus anymore. Like you guys even said, no one is scared of us. No one fears us. And that's a big problem. That's why I said with me, Motta in the, a couple of weeks ago was, half and half on him going out. Me, I don't really see Motta really staying. I think that Giunti is going to end up firing this guy at the end of the season. And I think the solution would either be Conte or Gasperini.
I agree with you.
If we get Conte back, maybe it'll get the fire out of us maybe again. Because, man, these guys, it's like, what is the matter? Is it like the Juventus shirt is too heavy for the players? Like, seriously. Like, I even said I could go on that field and play way better than those bacalas on the damn team. I'm telling you.
God.
Because, listen, I could play with that desire and that heart.
There's no Juventinità, Gio. There's no Juventinità, my friend. That's the major problem.
But that's on the coach too. But that's on the coach as well. The coach is.
It's on the coach. It's even the environment itself. You know what I mean?
And not just that. I've been saying this. Elkan needs to go. That's number one. Elkan needs to go. Bring back somebody. Bring back somebody with balls. Bring back with somebody with guts. Bring back with somebody with guts. Because honestly, this guy Elkan is too much with Ferrari. It's too much with Ferrari.
Joe, Juventus actually has one con le palle, like we say. I just don't know if he's allowed to speak to the players. His name is Giorgio Chiellini. We see him in the stands.
Exactly.
I don't know if he can go on the bench. That's a different story. But he's one that should shake the group up.
No, I 100% agree with you, Pasquale. Even though you're an hey.
Me and him met him.
Hey, Pasquale, I'm telling you, Chiellini, like I said, would definitely shape up this team if he was even able to go in the locker room, because there was reports of him not even being able to go in the locker room, which is crazy.
Well, these are rumors, but yeah, I agree.
Because listen, I when I heard about that news, I was furious because I'm like, this guy's a legend for Juventus, man. This guy's a legend, and you're not letting him go in the locker room. What has his club become for the legends like Del Piero? Like we're treating him so bad.
Look what happened with Danilo. He tried to speak up for the team.
Yeah.
And then he got out.
Yeah.
On that I agree. James knows sometimes I was mad with Danilo, but we cannot judge him what he did.
His heart look at is undeniable. His talent is deniable on the field. Not his talent.
No, 100%. But he put heart, James. What he said when he left. The problem. The only important thing of Juventus is us fans, and not the società. He said that.
Yeah.
If only Alexandro spoke up the same way. If only.
Yeah, but he left with the with the little party at the end, a little celebration, so it's different. So
Yeah.
okay, a question, Owen, where are you from, man? How you become a Juventus fan? Sorry, I missed to say that part when you started to come in.
No, no worries. Can you still hear me clearly?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. So I'm from Canada,
Oh,
and yeah, and yeah, when I became a Juventus fan, it was Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo got me into
oh.
Juventus and got me hooked. And when he left, I couldn't leave. That was the problem, right?
And
So
whereabouts in Canada? We're Canadian too. Well, me, James, and Pasquale. I'm from
oh, really?
Vancouver.
Nice, nice, nice. I'm in Calgary.
Nice.
Calgary.
Yeah.
Wow. What a coincidence.
Calgary.
Okay, let's change up the topic here because we have an Interista. I did say I want to talk about Inter. Now, we did talk about Inter, Napoli, whatsoever. I want to ask Pasquale and people on the chat because we got Antonio Laffer, he's a Milanista. Why you think Inter going for the fifth time, because in total 5 times, with Milan at the San Siro, another derby d'Italia, should we say, for the semi-final of the Coppa Italia. Mr. Pasquale, you go on, then I'll let Owen, Joe, and go on circles. Then the chat can go on.
Wow. The Coppa Italia. It will be 5 derbies, 5 derby d'Italia this year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We lost 2. Out of the last 3, we didn't win none. So we tied the last one. We lost the first 2. Better than losing 6 in a row. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. But Inter is going to be very. Is going to have some un conto sospeso with Milan. Let's say they're not going to go as easy as before. I don't think they're pretty mad. It will be an awesome game. And it'll be interesting to see one finalist for the first time ever. I don't know if Bologna ever made a final, but we saw the history.
No.
So it will be one between Bologna or Empoli. Even though the last time I saw a team like that, not Provinciale, but small town, was Palermo in 2011. Oh, Inter Palermo. We had the final there with Samuel Eto'o scoring the winner. So it'll be interesting to see a new finalist. Hopefully, Inter will be there. Because as we know, you make the final, you're going to participate in the Super Coppa again next year in Riyadh. So that's an extra, torneo, extra money that Inter's going to fight. I want to put one thing straight up with whoever knows me. I'm an Interista. I'm a big Inter fan, and I'm a positive fan. But I want to put into place that Inter is not the PSG of Italy. Inter is not the Bayern Munich of Italy. Inter is not the Manchester City of Italy. And Inter is not the Real Madrid of Italy. Saying that Inter is a failure if they lose, I don't know. Apparently you can't win them all, right? But as long as you're competitive until the end, you might lose some, you might win some. But as long as you're competitive, like they are doing right now in February, we're in Stone Coppa Italia, Champions League, and fighting for the Scudetto, I only have good positive thoughts about Inter this year. I'm sad about some Inter Tristi, which I call that. You could always find somebody better, like let's say Taremi's not Lautaro or Arnautovic not Thuram. Of course, we can't have Mbappe and Modric on the bench. We're a team that comes off the debt from 246 million minus to 46 million minus, and winning 6 titles, and still seeing people dissing Inzaghi at this point. I don't know what to say no more, right? This is the best Inter.
Fans are never happy.
This is, for me, my favorite Inter and my favorite coach of all time. I'm 46 years old. I've been watching Trapattoni, Conte, Mancini, Mourinho, all these players, but nobody's doing what Mancini did with Inter, and that I'm proud of. And hopefully we're still in for the triplete. It won't happen, but we're still in for the triplete.
Calma.
Hey, Pasquale.
Go ahead, Joe.
hey, Pasquale.
Calm down.
Calm down. Calm with the three
Hey,
players.
oh,
A lot of listen. A lot of
wait.
Interisti.
One thing though, you guys are the Liverpool, not Man City, not
Yeah.
the PSG.
No. Are you? I wish we were at Liverpool. You know, I would have Salah instead of Dumfries,
Oh,
right? On the right. But
Yeah,
no,
sorry,
and
Joe.
say right now I would say like we're a Bayern Leverkusen of the situation, or a Borussia Dortmund, let's say.
I'll also take
But
Xabi Alonso.
he's gonna go to watch out, Ancelotti. He's gonna take his place.
Yep.
I think so. There.
okay. Okay, Joe, notice that you stepped in. Say what you have to say,
Oh,
Mr.
my
Big
God.
Mouth.
Hey,
Say what you
hey.
have to say.
Hey, I mean, listen. I've been hearing a lot of Inter fans saying that you guys are gonna win the triplete. You know, listen.
Oh no!
It's always,
Yeah.
listen. There's a possibility you guys can because you guys are in the Champions League. You guys are on the right side of the draw. Okay, will you win it? Not a guarantee. You know, but I'm telling you, I will be there.
Oh my
Like I
God.
said, I will be there when if you guys lose to Feyenoord. Telling you, that's it.
Well, you're not the only one. Pasquale knows I'll be one of them having a fiesta, but I don't have the energy anymore because my Juventus has been really pissing me off. So is
that's
it
the
worth
thing.
it?
Nah, listen. I mean, losing against Empoli, what can we say? What can we say? They're gonna say that against us. So, to me, and honestly, we just honestly just zip it until next season. If we
Joe, I remember you Joe. I remember you saying, "Can't wait to. I would love to face Inter in the Coppa Italia." Eh?
I know,
Remember?
I would
Remember
love
that
that.
one?
Of course.
I
I
can
Yeah,
see
if you
it.
kept your mouth shut, Joe.
No, Champions League, not Coppa Italia. Champions League.
Champions
It
League.
was,
Champions League, yes.
I said
Yeah.
I would love to do. I mean, listen, it was between
Ti facevi i cazzi tuoi?
It was between Arsenal. It was between Arsenal and Inter. You picked
Yeah.
I'm
Inter.
like, I don't know. I said, listen, at the moment, listen, I mean, you guys, we still have 4 points, I think, this season from Inter. You know, 4 points out of 6.
5. I call it 5.
Right?
That's all we
You
have.
call it
That's
5?
all we have this season. That's all we have to hold on to.
Out of 6 points versus Juve, I only made 1 this year. So that's why I say you stole me 5 points. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean, no, but you know, with Inter, like I said, if you've seen the schedule, Pasquale, I mean, that schedule looks tough. You know, you have to verse, you know, a lot of other teams, and you know, people, you know, going to write off Roma, which you know, even Roma is starting to look not bad.
Good.
Chef,
Yeah.
Ranieri, you know, Lazio, you never know with them; they're always up and down. You know, you guys, you know, have to verse now Milan in the semifinals, which is usually not going to be an easy game, you know, because since Milan, like you said, Milan won 2 derbies, you know, and they tied 1 as well. So it's not going to be easy for this Inter team, even though you guys are actually have an older squad as well, which is going to be, I think, big in terms of, you know, because you guys are still playing in 3 competitions. If you guys keep them going, I don't know if you guys are really going to last.
Yeah, no mercado. That's the big problem with Inter. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, that's the thing which I wouldn't understand, you know. And like I said, if Inzaghi, you know, no, I mean, listen, I mean, do you think if Inzaghi loses against Feyenoord, for example, right, goes out against Milan, you know, and suppose who knows, battles the Scudetto, do you think that people are going to be calling him to sack? Because you never know.
If Inzaghi loses versus Feyenoord, he's sacked. I'll guarantee that.
Okay.
Most likely guarantee that.
Wow.
And he's my favorite. But knowing the way things are going here, the pressure and everything, they're waiting for a loss, a tie, just to jump on him, right?
Okay.
But you forget what he did so far. Let's say if you would have beat PS Eindhoven, it would have been 11 million euros. You play Ottavi di Finale, there's another 40 million there. That's like winning 2 Scudettos, right?
Yeah.
The amount of money already.
Well, for in Italy.
Yeah.
So for Inter being the only Italian one is a nice group of some money that can pay off, right? Mm-hmm. To maybe spend a little bit on the mercato. But I'm not expecting Inter to splash when we still have minus 46 million to the deficit to clear, right?
Yeah.
So, but we already got Susic, Zelensky for 600,000 euro. Right now, unfortunately, got it hurt. But I think there's 24 players in Inter that can do 70 games like we're doing right now today.
Yeah. No,
I
I
see.
know. Yeah, not just that, but I already said. I think it's clear now, especially now that you guys overtook Napoli. I think you guys are going to win the Scudetto. I really think that you guys
Ooh.
will. I think so. I
Okay.
think so. I think so. It all depends, like I said, because if this Napoli team, because they've been going on a dip, whoa, and now all these Napolitani, they're hiding now. They're hiding, because
Well,
they've
you
been
should
doing
know you
fine.
live in New York.
I
There's a
know.
lot of Napolitani there.
No,
Well,
they're
same
all
with Mike.
hiding.
Mike
They're all
lives in
hiding.
New York too.
Guys, but
a
even
lot of-
if even Inter wins against Napoli, the next
Oh.
scontro diretto it will be Atalanta Inter. They're going to say for the Scudetto, right? Because there's still Atalanta is going to be there. So, and if Juventus keeps on winning right now, it's 4 in a row, and you're
Yeah,
facing
well-
Verona to make it 5. So anything is possible, guys, for
Pasquale,
this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Pasquale. I even said, listen. I don't think it's going to happen with Juventus is going to win the Scudetto because after that Empoli performance,
too hard.
But you never know. You never know because if you guys draw and we win, that's 6 points that we're now behind. All it takes for you guys
Yeah.
is to screw up.
And it's not the first time. It's not the first time you went to was minus 6 points and then they won the Scudetto.
Then they won the Scudetto. Yeah, it's like I said.
Yeah,
you never
but
know.
for
Yeah,
me,
but this
I
listen,
find it hard.
I would be.
But
listen,
right now, the hard part is right now you have to chase not one team but 3 teams.
But 3 teams.
So you
exactly.
gotta,
Exactly.
that's the
Let
hard,
Mike
that's the
talk.
hurdle.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, this Juve is way too inconsistent. Like I couldn't even
Yeah.
see us beating Hellas.
Yeah.
I think as we're talking, listen, you guys, I think Atalanta can be a real, a chance to win it.
That's what I think too.
What I was thinking is, so they're out of a Champions League. I think Lookman and Gasparini made peace, and this may be Gasparini's last run at
Yeah.
Atalanta.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Owen, what are your thoughts about this Inter and them facing Milan at the San Siro for the fifth time to the semifinal? Then,
Yeah, I think it's very clear. Milan is in big trouble right now.
yeah, they're like us, kinda.
Yeah, the Constantine isn't doing a great job at all. There's a lot of confusion going on over there. I don't even see them having a shot, to be honest. I feel like that time of Constantine is over with the Super Coppa. I think it was just one of those things that a coach comes in, everyone gets super excited, and all of a sudden the dip happens. Right. So I think at this point it's just gonna be Inter is gonna pretty much take the Coppa Italia. That's my own little guess on it. And I
As
think
for the
just
Scudetto,
Scudetto, and we'll say Atlanta.
Atalanta, same.
Yeah. I hope so. I'd rather see Atalanta lift the Scudetto.
James, your thoughts about Inter at the San Siro? Then, if them are the contenders for the Scudetto, I say the same question to Mike. Then we'll see the next
If
topic.
I have to choose between Napoli and Inter to win the Scudetto, like I really hate Inter, but they celebrate quieter than Napoli. The way Napoli celebrates when they win a Scudetto is very annoying and disgusting. So
Yeah.
I'll let Inter take it over them. Atalanta, they're nothing to me. I have no like real hate or love or anything in my heart for them. It's just like why will they win a Scudetto? And then Gasparini to Juve. Unless he's bringing Atalanta medical to Juve, I will prefer Conte.
You never know. You just never know.
Medical. Let's go.
And Pasquale, I love the tifo behind you. Never been in B.
Never.
But what do you think about the San Siro?
I could read Italian.
Bravo, mai stati in B, sì. Orgogliosi
Mai
di
stati in
essere
B.
gli unici.
Non ricominciamo. Mike, what are your thoughts about Inter Milan and the semifinal? Then, if Inter has a chance.
I,
Then
I
who's
actually
yours?
think. Well, I would. This is what I think Milan will actually win because I think Inter has two other competitions that are way more important, and then we'll make it interesting for at least competition-wise for the neutrals. Once Milan gets in there, and if they
This
face,
guy,
I would
man.
say an Empoli or Bologna, Milan's going to lose. Milan can raise their game. It seems only to Inter, and everything else is like, you know. Well, I guess, yeah, every game they just kind of like drop out except for Inter.
Mm.
So I would love it. I'd love them to beat Inter, not because I would love them to beat Inter only so that I could see Bologna win the
Oh,
Coppa Italia.
but you know what's funny? Bologna, they have Italiano. He been to a few finals of the Coppa Italia with Fiorentina. So I wouldn't be surprised he might surprise Inter or Milan, whoever goes against him, if Bologna beats Empoli. But I have a feeling they will. So I think it might be Italianos here, right?
I have it right there, the scarf with Italiano with Fiorentina, Inter Fiorentina final Coppa Italia. It's right there. Up there. So,
Nice.
hopefully again.
Oh my God.
No, but
We got-
I wanted to say for Gasperini. Sometimes in Italy we say se Maometto non va dalla montagna, la montagna va dal Maometto. Like instead of you spend 60 million for Coop Minus, get Gasperini. He might revive him, right? And that's
Yeah.
another player it could work. Maybe you might
Or he
revive
could revive the whole
Gasperini.
team. He could
Just
revive the whole team.
Bring the doctors and the nurses too. I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got Anthony Lafer. I don't blame Conceição mostly for our problems. The way that La Società constructed the team is why we are a place. I agree with you, Anthony. It's the same thing with us, how I look with Elkan. I know James likes Elkan, likes to defend him, but me, Joe,
Anymore.
we don't like him, and
Not
this
anymore,
is the whole
James.
problem.
Come
don't
on,
like
get off that
I
train.
don't like Elkin Reno. I just explained to you what his job is as a business manager, as a CEO.
I know, but still, I respect your thoughts, like the guys from the Juventus Club Vancouver, but the guy needs to go, man.
No,
So if
no,
you want to
Reno,
see winning,
Yeah, Reno, let me answer that as well with James. James, yeah, no, I 100% agree.
Go
with
ahead.
you. He's on the business side. He's on the business side for sure.
For sure.
But the thing is, he has control as well to who to pick for the presidency. You have Del Piero over here that I think would make a great president.
Doesn't want
for
it.
Juventus.
Doesn't want it.
Well, I mean, you either try to convince him or you get somebody that at least knows Juventus, bro. Because where's Ferrero? Where's Scandavino? They're all hiding.
Seven, you.
Where they're all hiding. That's what I'm saying. You need those guys. You need, and like I said, if these guys are not going to be able to run the club, then I don't know.
But
I
Elkan
don't
picked
think-
Juntali. Is Juntali not the best
Well-
person for that job?
No, I mean, listen, Giuntoli, he had his ups and he also had his downs, but I think that's with every single sporting director in the world.
For sure.
Not every sporting director is going to be perfect.
But
especially on
he's
his first
He's the best in
squad.
Italy, I'd
Yeah.
say, other than
Yeah.
the one that we already had. That's somewhere.
I
else.
say no. I say number 3, not the best. Number 3.
Nah, I say, in my opinion, number 2. I say number 2.
Okay, who's the best, Pasquale? Marotta and
Marotta, I think, is the best, and then there's Sartori for Bologna. I put him number 2.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
he was-
okay.
He made Chievo Verona big. He made Atalanta big,
Mhm.
and now he's making Bologna big like they've never been before. So I want to give some credit to Sartori. And I put him almost at the same as Marotta. Sartori. Not saying that Marotta is like the old Galliani, right? Good director sportivo, but Sartori, he's a quiet dude that everywhere he went, he did great and brought the teams up. Atalanta is there because of Sartori, and Bologna right now, after all this thing that happened, is there even at Italiano. Much credit to Italiano, but they're there and they're missing a lot of points too. They lost to Verona, tied with Roma at the 94th minute, Palencia for Roma. Bologna could have been there with Juve, I think, and Lazio.
And
But
And
they're not doing bad.
Elkin
being that they
is
lost
the
their
one
two
that
best
said this
players
year.
from
once
last
we-
year.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm saying that Bologna, they lost their two best players from last year,
Yeah.
and they're still
Yeah.
really not doing that bad.
And they lost their coach too. You have to remember
Yeah.
the guy that orchestrated everything.
That might help.
Yeah.
And props to Saputo from Montreal, Canadian. The
Yeah.
guy's for real. He's been doing better than Comiso coming from the States and grabbing Fiorentina, which he did good too. Because also without these presidents, Serie A would be poor, guys. So in a way, we have to thank the Americans that come and spend money in Italy, like Comiso and Saputo. You know, us, it would have been a Serie C team, like most others.
Yeah, he's clearly not spending it on Montreal Impact. So
yeah.
One last thing. What we need at Milan is a sporting director who knows what the fuck they are doing. Wow, Ante's on a rampage. Even addressing the. I'm here, Paratici.
No.
Buddy, that's a bad way to go. Paratici, I don't know, man. That's a bad way to go.
No.
That's it.
Even sporting director from Fiorentina is being considered.
If they get Paratici, Milan is finished. It's finished. I'm sorry. Nah, Paratici was not.
He's better than Zlatan, guys. He's better than Zlatan. I'll tell you that.
That Zlatan is bad. It's really
Zlatan,
bad.
Yeah, no. As a sporting director, no. Zlatan.
I think he's just a figurehead.
He's an advisor.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah. What kind of advisor is he? Telling everybody that he's the line of the team.
Ponytail.
Well, you should say that to Antonio, Gio.
Oh no! Me and him were going back and forth. We were going back and forth.
Oh man.
Him and me and my dad too. My dad was going back and forth with them about you, Milan.
So back to Elkin and sporting directors.
Go ahead.
Said this year
then we close it up.
That now we're closing in on balancing the books. That we'll be ready to splash the way Juve has in the past. Words from Elkin.
Yeah, but not with him.
No, with
Agnelli.
Agnelli, yeah. Listen, even Agnelli might want to get like a Saudi investor involved too. I heard. There's something about that. There's something about that Agnelli wants to bring in a Saudi investor as well to Juventus. I think
that's what I'm trying to say to James.
He will have to. He has no money. He has money, but he has not like I'm buying a sports team money.
But no, and listen, I think we need somebody that can really fix his team. And I think, listen, Agnelli, if you give him one more chance, and who knows, maybe he has new ideas, maybe better, for the upcoming. And listen, and for people that want Conte, listen, Conte I think would be a major fix-up in terms of the mentality of the team, in terms of bringing back the old ways of the Fino alla Fine and also the Juventinità. I think that's 100%. But the only thing is, of course, can this Conte do it if we're in Champions League, if we are in, things like that.
Yeah.
I don't think Conte is going to be able to do that because listen, when Conte, is playing in multiple competitions, we all know he likes to just focus on one competition and he does well, and that's the Scudetto. So
yeah,
he did it at Inter. He did it at Inter, right? He did it at when I think it was like this first season for Juve. So,
but it's not only what he did; it's what he left after.
Well, what he left. Well, yeah. No, I mean, of course, but
yeah.
And
how he left.
Well, yeah,
he can pull it off with Juve. Juventus, he will embrace it in a different way than he has any other team he's gone to. That's a for sure. Yeah. He has the squad. The other thing is Agnelli, you have to remember that this guy is not the spirit of Juventus and Grinta and all this shit. He is the one that invented the fucking J. He's the one that decided to get the guy with the 1 billion Instagram followers for $100 million. The Superliga is not for the fans as much as we're using.
I'll give Paratici some of that fault though, not all Agnelli. Right? Paratici had a lot to do with that. With the $1 billion Instagram follower there.
They would have had
because that's why Marotta left.
They would have kept Marotta if it wasn't for that. So there would be no Paratici except for under Marotta's will, he was safe from us. So
He wanted to go with the young. That's what he said that time. Out with the young, because Paratici was the young gun and Marotta was the old geezer at one
yeah.
point.
Well,
So-
Agnelli wanted to commercialize Juventus and change the whole appearance of it. He was the one that started that off. I love the
He
guy.
also
success.
won a lot. He also won a lot after Juve came back from Serie B.
Of course,
We
of
got to
course.
give him that too.
Of course, for
Yeah.
sure. But don't think
definitely
that
that.
Elkan is the commercialization of Juventus. It's everybody in the family is together on that. They want to make money. They have passion for the sport, but they all want to make money too. Like once you have money, you want more money, no matter what. That's the way the world works.
Not the past 4 years is more than minus 700 million euros.
Mhm.
The past 4 years since the start of the COVID, the Cristiano Ronaldo, and now not counting these money this year. But even though they cut the payments of Szczesny, even though they paid 90% of Szczesny for him to leave, De Sciglio, they did the same. Rugani to Ajax, so they had a lot of money. Arthur is a good
I
news.
get where Gio's going. Imagine having to calculate your
Oh
losses.
my
in
God.
Gio De Sciglio.
Man, I
But no,
said
I hear you for sure. And every big club in Europe is in the same boat, like worse than us.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Look at Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, and Manchester City were shitting their pants in the Champions League. Now, one between Liverpool, that won first place, best team out of 36, they face PSG, guys. PSG is like Atletico Madrid. That's a tough game, dangerous game, I think. And it's right there in the playoff, in the quarterfinals.
Hey, Pasquale, I agree with you. I think that even with PSG is going to give them a hard game, especially the way that I've been watching them play. And
me
listen,
too.
If they get this guy Kavar scoring like a lot more, I don't know. This PSG is going to be dangerous. So
Bayern Munich, Bayern Leverkusen. That's another giant clash of the Titans, guys.
Fun one.
Yeah,
that's a nice, super fun one.
I think Leverkusen would win it.
And el clásico de Madrid, el derby de Madrid, guys.
Derby de Madrid, yeah, that's gonna be good.
Beautiful. That's beautiful already. So there's nice games coming up for sure. On that point.
We got nothing to watch, so we'll enjoy those games.
Yeah.
I was thinking, right? Worst comes to worst. If Fiorentina wins Conference League, Roma or Lazio win Europa League, Inter wins Champions League, would we have 5 teams in Champions League next year?
It's a big dream.
Well,
it's a good.
It's a good question.
Because right now we're on a thread, We're very on a thread, like with Spain and Germany. England and Spain beating us. We're a little bit ahead of Germany and Portugal, but we have to win them all. So I was thinking maybe Lazio Roma final Europa League and Fiorentina Conference League, and hopefully Inter. That's a wild dream. And this is coming from a guy that's been there, I've been in the triplete. Right? In Madrid.
Okay, Pasquale.
well, to be honest, I hope we finish 6th now because we're doing so bad. I hope we finish 6th so Moto gets fired, and also so we can get our first Conference League. We're missing that trophy. God. We need the Mourinho Cup.
No.
Okay, guys.
No Conference League.
Guys, before I wrap it up, does one of you here have anything else to say? Mike, Owen.
What do you guys want to give predictions?
Predictions?
For Napoli Inter?
We already did at the beginning. Okay, let's do the predictions, and then we close it up. I know my channel is always closing up with the predictions. Sorry, my bad. Because I'm using my phone right now.
Juventus Verona.
Okay, Juventus Verona.
Oh, no.
I give 2-0 for Juventus. Gio, you?
Oh no. We're playing at home. Oh my gosh.
You don't know.
I'm gonna have to. You know what? All right, 2-1 Juventus. 2-1. because I
Cool.
listen. We're
Okay.
gonna concede. We're gonna concede. We're gonna concede though.
Owen, what about you?
3-1 Juve.
3-1
I hope
Juve?
so.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope so. In this.
Mike, what about you, my
One-
friend?
A tie, 1-1.
Oh, come on, Mike. Don't do this to me.
Yeah, look at that. Juve will be winning in the 85th minute. Verona will score and tie it. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, no,
James,
no,
you?
Auto goal for Dafowitz or whatever his name is.
Oh, okay. Pasquale, you're good at predictions. Give me something good.
Colomwani and Nico Gonzalez. Juventus 2-0.
Like me, 2-0. Okay. Then we have a go. You have something to say, Mike?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. What about Lazio Milan? I give Lazio 1-0.
Milan Lazio.
Milan Lazio? Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't have the predictions in front of me, but I say 1-0 for Lazio. You, Pasquale, because you.
1-1. Tie. I say it again.
Owen,
2-0 Lazio.
2-0 Lazio. Minchia. Gio,
3-1 Lazio.
Oh, wow.
James.
A tie. Pulisic and the ugly French guy from Lazio.
Gendouzi.
Guendouzi.
Mike,
2-0 Lazio.
2-0 Lazio. Guys, I gotta wrap it up because I have to go soon. So thank you all for coming. Owen, pleasure. First time seeing you. So hope to have you back again.
Absolutely.
Do you have Instagram? You can follow me on Instagram. You can message me on Instagram. Maybe we can do a live show together. No problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that.
Okay. Calcio with 3 no Z. James, thanks for coming. Mike, don't worry. I'll put you back on with Severino, I hope. Pasquale, don't worry. You're on my list. You'll be back. And Gio, there's no point me telling you you'll be back. So like and subscribe, guys. Thank you all. Until then, where I have to go here. Now I gotta
And
find this.
welcome again,
Yeah,
Owen.
Martina.
Nice seeing you.
Yeah, nice seeing you too.
Big up, Owen. Big up, man.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao ciao. Arrivederci.
Forza Inter.